Hello everybody, don't forget to save some green with our big 5-day sale kicking off on Friday. 79-cent potatoes, a great deal on corned beef. We've got 88-cent 2 liters, 79-cent dozen eggs, and the best deal anywhere on fresh Market House ground chuck at just $1.99. It's a great 5-day sale where you're going to save some green at the Market House, Hillsdale and Hudson.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Well, good morning, Machado. It is Friday, March 20th, 2020. I'm Scott Piano with an HTV1 News Update. Well, starting off with the latest on the coronavirus response, the Herald Republican says the city of Angola has closed City Hall to the public. City parks and trails remain open, but playgrounds are closed. And city services will not be affected, and city business can be conducted online by phone or by using City Hall Dropbox. Hillsdale Mayor Adam Stockford posted a video on Facebook dispelling some rumors that had been floating around.
Only handling emergency measures. That's the county you're thinking of. It's business as usual. Now we are asking people to utilize drop boxes to practice social distancing because we want our staff to feel safe and comfortable. But the fact of the matter is, City Hall is open, the doors are open. If you would like an appointment to speak with somebody, it doesn't have to be for an emergency, it can be anything. It can be because your neighbor's dog won't stay out of your yard. Whatever it is, call City Hall, the clerk is there, shoot me an email, AdamLStockford@gmail.com, and we will respond and we will set up a meeting.
Mayor Stockford went on to say that the library is closed due to the state mandate, and Fields of Dreams is closed because it's primarily a sports facility. Now, he added that he did not agree with the calls to force the closure of all businesses, saying the impact of unemployment would cause a disaster effect on the health and well-being of people in the community. And on that note, ProMedica's Coldwater Regional Hospital is correcting some rumors as well. They are restricting visitors in the emergency room, but otherwise the emergency room at Coldwater Regional is open. However, the Branch Hillsdale St. Joseph Health Agency has closed its offices to the public in all 3 counties as of this morning. WTBB says the public health services will still be available by appointment, and all people who have appointments will be screened before entering the building. As of 4 p.m. yesterday, there were still no reported cases of COVID-19 in Branch, Hillsdale, or St. Joseph counties. WLKI reports that the YMCA of Steuben County is closed to the public until at least April 3rd. Tryon University is continuing online-only classes for the remainder of the semester, as President Earl Brooks wrote in an email yesterday that it is now clear that the outbreak will extend beyond the original 2-week time frame. University residence halls will be closed on Sunday, March 29th at 7 p.m. Brooks encouraged students to continue registering for fall courses and plan for summer courses. Fallout over Ohio Governor Mike DeWine's decision to postpone the state's primary election until June 2nd. The Swanton Enterprise says Ohio House Speaker Larry Householder will not immediately call the legislature to Columbus. But he says state lawmakers must meet once he and Attorney General David Yost determine how to do so with the 50-person gathering limit in effect. Householder added that he does not believe that the limit should be applied to the legislature and prevents them from doing their constitutionally mandated jobs. DeWine and State Health Director Dr. Amy Action closed the polls just hours before they were set to open on Tuesday. Now, the decision came despite a judge's ruling that it was against the law to do so. Householder says that the Secretary of State, Frank LaRose, has acknowledged that the primary election dates are set by the legislature, not by the courts or the executive branch. WBNO says the Ohio Democratic Party agrees, and now they filed a lawsuit against LaRose for settling a new date without direction from the legislature. On a local level, all votes that were already cast in Williams County are still valid and will be stored securely for a date when the primary is held. 1,089 votes are in at this point, and some 400 ballots are still out. The Williams County Board of Elections say those voters still have time to send in those ballots in. One situation that the delay seems to have resolved is the appointment of a new Williams County Sheriff. The Bryan Times says county officials have planned on a swearing in of the winner of the primary since all candidates who had filled were Republicans. But the raised question about what would happen if an independent write-in candidate had won in the general election. Due to the delay, Williams County Board of Commissioners appointed Blakesley Police Chief Gary Moore to be an interim sheriff. Sorry about that. The commissioners consulted with the primary candidates, and all three gave their approval. The move was necessary due to the resignation of former Sheriff Steve Towns as part of the deal with prosecutors to avoid new felony charges stemming from his misdemeanor conviction for disseminating confidential information. Now, Moore is expected to serve with the remainder of Towns' term, which ends in January. In Indiana, Governor Eric Holcomb has extended the duration of the state's response. According to the Herald-Republic, Indiana's state of emergency will be extending an additional 30 days from April 5th, when it is set to expire. All public and private schools will remain closed until May 1st, and that may be extended through the end of the school year if necessary. State-mandated testing has been canceled for this academic year, and Superintendent Jennifer McCormick will coordinate with U.S. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos to determine what federal waivers are necessary for those tests. State income taxes will be delayed along with federal income taxes until July 15th. Penalties for property taxes paid after May 11th will be waived for 60 days. $300 million worth of reserves will be set aside for relief efforts, diverting that funding from capital improvement projects that had recently been approved by the legislature. All utility providers in Indiana are now prohibited from disconnecting service during the crisis. Evictions and foreclosures are also prohibited during the public health emergency. Unemployment is being expanded to help those who are out of work due to the outbreak, and social services are waiving certain requirements. WTVB says Michigan has also implemented several measures, including extending the foreclosure date for homeowners who's behind on their 2017 taxes. That date now is set at May 29th. And in sports, while the OHSAA says they're still in a window of opportunity to get the winter sports tournaments in, Executive Director Jerry Snowgrass says that the window is quickly closing. The Bryan Times says the decision of those events will be made today or tomorrow. Meanwhile, the spring sports season is still postponed until April 6th, but that could still face additional delays or cancellations if schools remain closed. We'll be right back with more news right after this.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
Authentic Mexican food is just a short drive away at El Cerrito in Coldwater and Hillsdale. The variety packed menu has something for everyone, with classic Mexican dishes, El Cerrito specialties, and tasty treats for dessert. Don't forget the best margaritas in town with margarita specials Friday and Saturday. And carry-out ordering is great for work lunches or picking up dinner for the family. Make your next meal a fiesta for your taste buds at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
Details are scarce, but the Hillsdale Daily News says a man was killed in a press machine at Gems of Litchfield on Wednesday. LPD identified the man as 35-year-old Jonathan Britton. Chief Dan Roberts says it's unclear what happened, but Britton somehow became pinned in the machine. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration has taken over that investigation. Well, we're still waiting on word from Kalamazoo authorities about what started as a high-speed chase down I-69 into Steuben County on Wednesday afternoon. What we know so far comes from WTVB, WLKI, and the Daily Reporter, as well as the Herald Republican. The Kalamazoo Department of Safety issued an alert for a GMC Envoy being driven south out of Calhoun County by a convicted felon who was armed. Michigan State Police spotted the vehicle and began the chase that broke speeds of 100 miles an hour on the interstate and never dropped below 80. Branch County Sheriff's deputies joined the chase once it was across the county line. The suspect's vehicle lost a tire just north of Jonesville Road exit, but they didn't leave the highway as the police had hoped. So they called ahead to police in Indiana. Around 1:30 p.m., Steuben County deputies and Fremont police placed stop sticks at the state line and got ready to pick up the pursuit. The suspects hit the sticks but continued down the interstate for about a mile before finally losing control of their vehicle near mile marker 356 and rolling the vehicle multiple times for almost another mile. Now, plainclothes officers from Michigan cleared civilians from the crash site, calling it a crime scene. Now, there were 2 people in the vehicle. Both were taken to Parkview Hospital for treatment. The driver, 31-year-old John Snook of Auburn, was wanted on an outstanding Steuben County warrant for driving with a suspended license. Now, he pleaded guilty to that crime on Thursday and was sentenced to time served after he waived extradition back to Michigan. Steuben County Prosecutor Jeremy Musser told the court that the sentence was appropriate because the charges in Michigan were much more egregious. At last check, Snook's passenger, 27-year-old Brittany Fraley of Hamilton, was in serious but stable condition. Well, Crime Stoppers of Lenawee County is asking for your help in a case in a break-in and theft at an Addison home. Now, it happened in the 16,000 block of Rome Road. On the screen now is one of the items that was stolen. The couple who owned the house were vacationing out of state earlier this month when the family member stopped by to check up on the property. They found 2 doors kicked in, drawers and closet doors open, and the contents had been searched through. Multiple items were missing, including 2 handguns, a shotgun, and several pieces of jewelry, including the one you're seeing now. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 877-276-8477 or submit a tip online at p3tips.com/431. You can remain anonymous and you may be eligible for a cash reward. Well, these are 2 people suspects in a case and some vulgar graffiti being spray painted in several locations across Coldwater last weekend. WTVB says the police have released the surveillance video yesterday. If you have any information, you're asked to call the CPD at 517-278-4525. An unnamed 23-year-old Jonesville man is the lone suspect in a Hanover Township home invasion. According to the Hillsdale Daily News, Jackson County deputies were called to the house on Weeks Road just after 8:30 Wednesday night. The caller said whoever did it left behind personal items, and the deputies were able to use that to track down the man who fled the scene. The Michigan State Police trooper found him in a vehicle near Jerome Road in Hillsdale County, along with some of the items that had been taken from the house. He was arrested and booked at the Jackson County Jail that night. Charges are pending at the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office. Well, those are the top stories this morning. Don't forget you can find more news in our live broadcast 24/7 at htv1.net. For all of us here at HTV1, I'm Scott Pienta. Enjoy the rest of your morning and have a great day, everyone.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville. Does your vehicle sound like a tractor putting down the road? Then you need to see the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. They will give you a free estimate along with first-class customer service. They custom make any exhaust needed for your vehicle. Stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello, everybody. Don't forget to save some green with our big 5-day sale kicking off on Friday. 79-cent potatoes, a great deal on corned beef. We've got 88-cent 2 liters, 79-cent dozen eggs, And the best deal anywhere on fresh Market House ground chuck at just $1.99. It's a great 5-day sale where you're going to save some green at the Market House, Hillsdale, and Hudson.